Hello and welcome to another session in mathematics. In this session, we'll be looking at sets, but before that, let us look at the previous lesson. Welcome back. In the course of this study, we'll cover areas like Venn diagram and how to use Venn diagram to solve problem involving two sets. So let's start. Using Venn diagram to solve problems, there are some things you need to note. Okay, the first thing we need to do when we have a problem involving two sets is to identify the sets. You need to identify the set, okay, including the universal set. So you have something like this where the rectangle is the universal set, or you use E, where the set inside is the subset. So all these must be what? Identified. Then after that, we need to draw the Venn diagram, which I just did now. We draw the Venn diagram, okay? And then number 3, you need to enter the data in the Venn diagram, starting with what? X, which is the unknown. You need to start by entering the data in the Venn diagram, and you start with the unknown, which is S. Okay, then after you must have entered it, you now form an equation using the fact that the total number of elements in the region equals to the number of elements in the universal set. That means that the number they gave the universal set to be must be equal to all the elements inside the universal set. Okay, so let's quickly go over to the next thing. For Venn diagram of two sets, when you have a problem involving two sets in Venn diagram, there are areas you must cover, and these areas include solving for A only, you must solve for B only, you must solve for A and B, which is A intersection B, and then you must solve for neither, in case where both A and B are not included in the Venn diagram. Then we'll call it what? Neither. And most times it is optional. Okay, sometimes it does not appear. So let's quickly take an example as seen on the screen. It said 25 students are asked about their holiday activities. 16 read their books and 11 played football. How many did both? Okay, 25 students are asked about their holiday activities, 16 read their books, and 11 played football. And then the question is, how many did the both? How many read their books and at the same time played football? Okay, let us start. Let the universal set be U, and let those who read their books, book readers, be A. So A is equal to book readers. And then football players, let's take them to be B, football players. Now we now form what? A Venn diagram of the form and we are dealing with what? Two set of people, those who read their books. So we have this as our A, then we have the second one as our B, and then here is our U, and our U is equal to the total number of students, which is 25. So we write then our 25. Is that okay? Now the question says that 16 read what? Their books, and 11 played football. Then how many did the both? So let those who did the both be X. Those who read their books and at the same time played football, let us take it to be what? X, which is the unknown. And remember, we are asked to enter what? The data in the Venn diagram, starting with what? The unknown, which is X. Now, how many did both? The both means what? Intersection. intersection, those who read books and at the same time did what? Played football. So we call it what? Intersection. And the intersection is this point where A and B met. Okay, so this is the point of what? Intersection. Now we add our X. Okay, now they told us that 16 persons read their books. 16 persons read their books. So we have what? 16. But remember, this circle is made up of what? 16 students. 16 students. But already there is an X, and we don't know the value of X. So what do? We subtract X from what? 16, such that when we subtract X, when we get the value of X, we now subtract it from 16 and get the actual value of those who only read their books. Is that correct? Okay, now for football players, we are told that 11 persons played football. So we have 11, and then how many did both? So out of this 11, some also did what? Read their books. How many persons read their books? We don't know, but we have X to be what? The number of these persons. So we minus what? X from 11. Now at this point, we'll form an equation. What do we need to do? We bring out everything in this Venn diagram and equate it to be equal to 25. That means that 16 minus X plus this X here plus 11 minus X is equal to the total number of the universal set, which is 25. Okay, we collect like terms. We have 16 plus 11 will give us 27. Okay, minus X will give us minus 2X plus X equals 25. Okay, now collecting like terms again, minus X plus X will give us 27 minus X equal to 25. Making X the subject of formula, we have that X is equal to 27 minus 25. Then X is equal to 2. So in a class of 25 students, 2 persons read their books and at the same time played football. So let us now check if it is correct. If X is 2, so here is 2. Then 11 minus 2 will give us what? 9. 16 minus 2 will give us what? 14. 14 plus 9 will give us what? 23. Is that correct? Yeah. And 23 plus this 2 here will give us 25. So we have that U is equal to what? 25. And our X is equal to 2. Example number 2. In an examination of 40 students, 20 were tested on sciences and 15 on arts subjects. If 5 took both subjects, how many took neither? Okay, so let us start. The universal set, which is U, is equal to 40 because it's what? In a class of 40 students. Now for those who took sciences, let us use A for sciences. There were how many? There were 20. Those who took arts courses, let's take it to be B. There were how many? 15. With those who took both, which is the intersection of A and B, A intersection B is equal to what? 5. So with this now, let us now form the equation. Okay, let's form our Venn diagram. We have this, and then we have this. Our universal set, remember, is 40. Is that correct? And then we have our intersection to be 5, and this is our point of intersection, and this is our A, this is our B. And then from the question, 20 were tested on what? Sciences. So this is what? 20, right? We have 20. But remember, out of these 20 who took science subjects, 5 out of them also took what? Arts subjects. So this 5, you subtract it from 20, and that will give you what? 15. So this is what we are working with, 15. Then for the B part of this Venn diagram, that's those who took arts subjects. There are how many? 15. But out of this 15, 5 also took science subjects. So we subtract 5, and that will give us what? 10. And that is what we are working with. So now we have 15, which is this. We have 5 plus 5. We have 10. Okay, now those who took neither, they are not in this subset. They are not in A, They are not in B. So where should they be? They should be somewhere where in the universal set. Let's call it what? X. So X are those who took what? Neither. Those who took neither. Those who did not take the JAMB at all. So this plus X will then give us what? 40. Is that correct? 15 plus 5 will give us 20. 20 plus 10 will give us what? 30. 30 plus X is equal to 40, making X the subject of formula. X is equal to 40 minus 30, and then X is equal to 10. Okay, let us still check if it is correct. We have 15 here, we have 5 here, we have 10. That is what? 30. 30 plus X equal to 10 will give us what? This total number 40. Okay, let's take the last question here. The Venn diagram below represents a universal set E of integers and its subsets P and Q. He said list the elements of the following what? Sets, and we are given A to be equal to P union Q, B P intersection Q, C E intersection Q, and D P union E. This is our P and this is our Q. Now our E, which is a universal set, is equal to the set of everything inside this box. So we list them out. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5 here, we have 6, we have 7, we have 8, we have 9, and then we have 10. So our universal set is the set of what? 1 to 10. So the first one, we are asked to find what? P union Q. So that means we need to find our Q. Our Q are the sets inside what? Q, which includes 3, 4, 6, and what? 7. 3, 4, 6, and 7. Then we have our P to be equal to what? All the numbers here. We have 2, 3, 7, 8, and what? 10. Okay, now we are asked to find A, P union Q. P union Q is the combination of sets Q and sets P without what? The repetition of any number. So we start, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 6, we have 7, we have 8, and then we have 10. That is what? The A part of this question, which is P union Q. Okay, let's go over to the next page, and now we are going to solve for P intersection Q. P intersection Q. This is our B. P intersection Q. This is the set of the number that appears in P that are also what? In Q. And here we have 3 and 3. We have 7 and 7. Okay, so the answer is what? 3 and what? 7. We have 3 and we have 7. Okay, the C part of the question said we should find what? E intersection Q. See, we have E intersection Q, which means the numbers that appeared in Q that are also what? In E. We have 3, 4, 5, and what? We have 3, 4, 6, and 7. 3 is here, 4 is here, 6 is here, and 7 is here. So we have 3, 4, 6, and 7. 3, 4, 6, and what? 7. Okay, then we have our D, P union what? E. D, you have P union E. P union E is the set of the combination of P and Q without the repetition of what? Any number. Okay, so we have 2, 2, 3, 3, we have 1, and the rest of them. So if you check very well, it will just be equal to 1 to 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. P union E. Okay, so having studied Venn diagram involving two sets, please provide the answers to the following questions on the screen. Welcome back. So far we've been able to introduce Venn diagram and how to use Venn diagram to solve problems involving two sets, and we'll call it a day here. So do well to use the lesson notes on the platform for better understanding of the topic we've discussed, and feel free to drop your questions or comments on the comment section. Okay, till we meet in our next class, stay safe and bye.